teachers, and welcome to lesson 91 on geometric formulas. So here I've got listed what all of these letters actually mean, so you don't have to go back and look them up. So that way, if you're unsure in the formula what the letter stands for, you can look up here for your little key. All right, now we've already talked about and learned all of these formulas. To find the perimeter, remember perimeter is the distance around. So here, I'm going to do this. Distance around is the perimeter, and the area is the inside. You can do that to your paper too, so that way you remember. Area is distance around. Perimeter is distance around. Area is the middle. So to find the perimeter of a square, you're going to multiply the length of one side times 4. You're going to square the one side, which means multiply it times itself to find the area. What today's lesson is about is for us to write the formula, plug in the numbers, and then solve it in a nice written way that shows all of our work. That's really the point of today's lesson, because you've already learned how to use a lot of these formulas. Okay, so here's some pictures to illustrate what the formulas are. Of what parts, again, they are, where the height is, where the sides are. With a parallelogram, remember that to find the height, look for the right angle, and that right angle is going to show you the height and the base. Whatever sides it touches shows you the height and the base, compared to the side, which is also sometimes called a slant, that goes on an angle here. That's different than the height that has the right. Let's jump right in. All right, I made a note right here. When finding the area of a triangle, do not forget to multiply by 1/2, which is the same thing as dividing by 2, because a lot of you have been finding the area of a triangle by just doing the base times the height and forgetting that then you got to cut that number in half. All right, here's our first example. Find the perimeter and area of a rectangle with a length of 8 centimeters and a width of 5 centimeters. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write the formula. That's why I put WF here to remind us. So to find the perimeter, what's the perimeter for a rectangle? We can look up here and we see that it's 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So I'm going to write that right down here. P equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Now I'm going to plug in my numbers for length and width. So I've got P equals 2 times the length, which is 8, plus 2 times the width, which is 5. I need to multiply before I add. So I've got P equals 16 plus 10, which means that P equals 26. And then my label will be centimeters. Okay? All right, let's try to find the area. So I can check back up to find the area, and I've got area equals length times width. So that means that area equals 8 times 5, which means that area equals 40 centimeters squared. Woohoo! This isn't so hard, is it? The big thing is that we're learning how to put these in line. It's going to set you up for really, really hard formulas when you get to 7th and 8th grade. All right, B. Find the perimeter and area of a square with side lengths of 6 centimeters. So first we're going to start with perimeter. I'm going to look at my formula sheet and find that perimeter of a square is 4 times S. Then I'm going to plug in for S my 6 centimeters. So I've got P equals 4 times 6. And then I'm going to solve, so P equals 24 centimeters. And because it's just perimeter, it doesn't get squared. Now let's do area. Area equals S squared. That means that area equals 4 squared. That means that area equals 16 centimeters squared. Oh no! not 4. Did you catch that mistake? Did you catch it? What did I do wrong? I plugged in a 4 instead of a 6. See, that's why you always got to check your work. Even I can make mistakes. But because I showed my work, I know exactly what I did, and it's easy for me to fix. So A equals 6 squared, and 6 times 6 is not 16. It is 36 centimeters squared. All right, here's our last one for today. So we've got find perimeter and area, and I have a triangle. So for perimeter, the perimeter of a triangle is side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3. So that means that the perimeter equals, where are my sides to this triangle? We'll go side 1, 5, plus side 2, which is 4, plus side 3, which is 3. So I'm going to add all those numbers together, and I get 9 plus 3 is 12. And then my label is inches, and because it's perimeter, it is not squared or cubed. So my answer is the perimeter is 12 inches. What about for area? Area of a triangle is 1/2 times the base times the height. You can put dots in there or leave them out. So now I'm going to plug in what I know. So I've got A equals 1/2 times the base. To find the height, look for the right. This is where your right angle would be. And so my height is 2 and my base is 5. Okay, now I can multiply. I have some options in multiplying these. I could do 2 times 5, which is 10, and then times 1/2, which is the same thing as dividing it in half. So that would be 5. Or I could do 1/2 times 2, which is 1, and then 1 times 5, which is 5. Any way I do it, I'm going to get 5 inches squared. All right, that's this whole lesson. Tomorrow, I'm going to be checking that you wrote things nice and neat and in a line in order. Go ahead and get to work.